Hello there. Welcome, everybody. This is Mindfulness for Sleep. This is kind of a continuation of what we started last week, which was our, sleep routine. And we're going to kind of get a little deeper into the aspects of what's actually going on in the nervous system and how we kind of calm the nervous system throughout the day. So as you can see in the picture here, we've got somebody who's trying to empty all the bits out of their head. And that is going to be really important as a concept, right? So the idea is that if we slowly empty throughout the day, then we're not left at the end of the night with everything completely built up. So hi, lovely to see everybody. Feel free to jump in the chat, say hello, say where you're from. Hello from Michael. And yeah, we'll just kind of jump in. It's really appreciated if everybody can take the time to, say hi, ask questions. Feel free to join in at any point. And I'm just going to get into it. All right. So, hey, someone else in Melbourne. All right. I would love to start here by acknowledging the traditional custodians of all the lands where we each stand today. Whether you know the traditional custodians or not, you can also just imagine all the people who have cared for the land where you are, generation after generation of people who've been involved. And I personally am paying my respect in Melbourne to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional custodians there. I would like to pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. And I would also like to extend my respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are here today. So welcome. Feel free to post questions in the chat, join in, say hi, let us know where you're coming from. And feel free to stop me at any point if you want to clarify anything or just let me know. That's me. I'm one of the coaches here at Uprise. I'm a psychotherapist, and I would love to support anybody if you have any questions based on the chat today or anything else. And we've also got another big handful of coaches that are all very helpful and would love to support you at Uprise. All right. So here we are, asking the right questions. Now, this is basically going to be a little brief overview of what we talked about last week. I just want to kind of recover that. We talked a little bit about Chinese medicine, the different times of the day, some of their tips, which are like eating your big meals early in the day so you're not digesting throughout the night, which can sometimes up. Stimulation throughout the day, questioning what you're putting in our body. Am I drinking caffeine? And am I overstimulated? What am I doing throughout the day? What kind of effect do those things have on my nervous system? So, yeah, I guess these things are interesting to think about. And, we can imagine, I guess, that each one of us has our own individual relationship to how we're going to act throughout the day and how our routine is going to be. Make it your own. And yet, some of these things come in handy. Do I highly stimulate myself at night by watching action on television or by having work emails still popping up in my on my phone that I can see that get me thinking about work and stimulated about what I'm getting back into tomorrow? Am I able to leave that all behind? So what kind of boundaries do I have? Am I able to leave work at the office? Am I able to say no to that extra work, that extra project, that extra thing that doesn't actually fit on my plate? So I don't know if anybody was here last time and wants to jump in. Any of the things in the chat that stood out to you last time that you found helpful, or anything that you were maybe able to put into action since then. That would be lovely if you want to share for anyone else. And we'll kind of keep on going here into talking about arousal, nervous system arousal. So anyone who's done webinars with me before, you may have seen this little chart that I like to use. And, when we're talking about mindfulness and we're talking about how we care for ourselves throughout the day, how we set a routine, how we move forward in a way that helps us to be more relaxed at the end of the day, it's good to think about where we fall on this chart. So for some of us, it is easy to be active all the time. We might, maybe work too much. When we do take our time to resource, it might be, high energy at the gym, running, doing things that really get the blood flowing, and, I guess the need to release some of that energy. And that stuff is all really important. But if we fall on that top side of the chart, then you can notice how with high arousal, we have both sides of the spectrum. Sometimes, always keeping our days very full, making sure the schedule is always full, making sure we always kind of have something on the go, that can easily tip over onto the left-hand side, which is where we get more into that stress response, which can eventually lead to burnout. This is our sort of freeze response. It becomes too much, and then at that point, we try to leave the house to go to work in the morning, and the body's just saying, no, 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 I just need to crawl back into bed. I just need to hide for a minute. So, if we can acknowledge that we're that kind of person, that we're very high energy, that we like to stay busy throughout the day, then we're going to have to look at what's going on the other side here. How can I engage my parasympathetic nervous system? How can I get into that rest and digest state? How can I teach myself to also sometimes slow down? I don't know if anyone can resonate with this or feels like, they recognize themselves in some of that. We also have people that are more on the low arousal side of the chart. So maybe you find it easier to slow down, stop and smell the roses, feel really great when you're in nature, and really make a point of taking that time to have that time for yourself, slow down, cup of tea, staring out the window, and, maybe meditation, mindfulness comes a little more easily to you. But you maybe find yourself then not burning enough energy throughout the day, and maybe then not being tired at night when you go to bed. So we can see how figuring out which side of this spectrum you fall on helps you to understand, what do I need to add to the puzzle? Mixture of both depending on what's going on in life. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, we feel like this, and sometimes we feel like that. By, I guess, understanding this chart and understanding how these things all work with each other, then we can understand, when I'm having this kind of day, maybe this is what I need a little sprinkle of. This is what I need to add into my life in that moment. Physical sensation is tied to state of mind. And this is really important. So throughout the day, we are experiencing stress, anger, any different kind of emotion, and these sort of build up in the body. Let's think of it this way. Stress is not just an idea. Stress is actually has a physical quality to it. So tension, muscle aches, tightness, all those things actually can just be a manifestation of stress in the body. We know this, but we're really kind of going deeper into it, acknowledging it. Sometimes when we feel stressed, we can have this idea that it's possible to think our way out. But sometimes thinking is what got us here, right? So in this moment, let's take a second. Everybody just settles into their chair. Notice if there's any tension in your body. Take a little scan. Shoulders, let the shoulders sink down and back. Notice if there's any tightness in the chest. Let your legs sink into the chair, feet hang. flat on the floor. Just notice where you carry tension. Even the neck, the face. Sometimes I like to even just touch my face. The jaw. All right, take a big deep breath in. Just landing here. How does that feel? Can we notice the difference that even taking 30 seconds to slow down, to tune in can make? So when we're talking about mindfulness for sleep, this can mean mindfulness throughout the day. Like we, in the very beginning here, we have this image. Throughout the day, reminding ourselves to empty out some of the tension, to empty out some of the stress. By the time we arrive to the end of the day, we're going to be much more resourced. So anyone can do this anytime, anywhere. Mindfulness can be simply noticing the world around you. Driving a car. Am I driving home from work? Am I caught up in all the stressors of the workday? Or am I able to just pay attention to what's going on around me, be there, noticing what's going past, noticing what's in front of me? I'm right there between the lines. I've got the steering wheel in my, I'm just present. I'm here. I'm driving a car. I'm enjoying the neighborhoods that I'm driving through. Obviously it makes it easier if you've got a pretty drive. Driving a car, on the train, washing the dishes. In any moment, we can take that time to just sink into the body, sink into the present, pay attention to what's going on, connecting with the senses, listening. Your sensory experience provides you with a rich myriad of ways to connect to the present moment. What do you think? Even right now in this moment, what are 3 things that you can hear? And taking that time to then really drop in, like when you listen to a really profound piece of music or something like that, we can actually access this at any time. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions can also be something that you can be mindful with. Do I have to latch on to that thought? Do I have to follow it? Do I have to chase it? Do I have to now go from that thought to the next thought to the next thought? Or can I just allow it to float on past? Can I just notice? Can I be the observer? Noticing the movement in the body. So we're a mindfulness-based exercise today. Sorry about that. Looks like there was a glitch. We're going to do a mindfulness-based exercise today. And we're going to try and incorporate these things. So I would like to try and, bring in, I've created something that brings in about 5 different aspects of mindfulness. And it's going to be a way for you also to be able to say, oh, that part really worked for me. That part I really found myself just losing myself in. There's always distractions when we engage in mindfulness. I think I've been doing this more than 20 years and I still definitely get distracted. Sometimes I have a really hard time getting into it at all. Even 30 seconds of connecting with the present during a 5 or 10 minute exercise is a resource and is very helpful. So keeping that in mind, we just don't want to sort of punish ourselves. We don't want to get into all that inner turmoil of, oh, what's wrong with you? You're no good at this, and that kind of thing. It's good to be able to just let the distractions happen. Like, oh, hi. Hi there, thoughts. I see you. All right, I'm going to guide my attention back into this, right? Trying to reject or push away those thoughts, it actually gives them attention just as much as trying to latch onto them. All right, do we have any questions so far? How's everybody feeling? Anything kind of coming through? Kimberly brought up something about reminding yourself to release the tension in the face, and it can be anywhere, right? We each have our spot. Look, I highly challenge you to try out for a week having a little reminder that goes off in your phone that says, in Kimberly's case, how's your face? Even if it only happens at 11 and 2, or if you want to do it every 2 hours, or you want to do it even once throughout the day, check in with your body. Where's your body at? What's happening with your breath? What we did before when we checked in through all those body parts, that could just be a second. If you're busy, if you've got a lot going on, it can just be like, okay, all right, relax your face, relax your shoulders. All right, that's it. We keep going. It doesn't have to be a big thing. This is, I'm really trying to create this concept that this can be a very relaxed approach where we can just integrate small amounts of this day by day. All right, living a more embodied life. So I know I'm really kind of driving this home, but sometimes that's important. They say you have to see a commercial 8 times before it really sinks in. Apply mindfulness in any situation, including meditation. It's, I'm so sorry about that. Immerse more deeply in the here and now. It's natural for the mind to wander. Mindfulness, sorry, just a second. People spend about 50% thinking of the time thinking about something other than what they're presently doing. Like me right now, thinking about the dog outside howling. That's a big fact, right? So this is a reality, right? A lot of the time when we're at work doing what we're doing, we're not present. When we're at home, we're not present. We're at work thinking about home, we're at home thinking about work, right? We are getting caught up in always looking at the future, looking at the past, and that really works up the nervous system. What soothes the nervous system is being present. So we're going to keep coming back to that. Thinking about this, all right, let's imagine we've done a little bit of mindfulness throughout the day, but now we're coming to the end of the evening. Maybe we've had dinner. If we, believe in the concepts of Chinese medicine, we are acknowledging that maybe we try not to have a huge dinner and we try not to have it right before bed, so we're not digesting through the night. Have a tranquil space. Think about what it's like for you in the nighttime. Are you watching a chaotic TV program right before bed? Is there a lot going on in your environment? There are going to be some distractions. Are we going to get caught up in them? Are we going to be like, oh, okay, that's happening there. Oh, there's a dog barking outside. All right. Avert that inner turmoil. Don't start getting into battles with yourself. Connect with the observer you. The observer you is the real you. You change throughout your life. Everything changes. Your thoughts change, your ideas change, the role you play, all these things change, your body changes, but at the core, the observer, that's you, watching, noticing. Now, this is the big question. Do you have your mind or does it have you? That's the ultimate, what we're trying to get to. Our saboteurs, our different concepts, do they take over? Do they stop us from being able to do the things that we need to do? Or are we able to use them as a tool? Do you have it or does it have you? All right, everybody. So we're just going to take a moment here to connect with the present. So feel free to just settle into your chair. Really let yourself be heavy. In the morning, as soon as we get up, we're already battling against gravity. In this moment, just let gravity win. Let it represent all those invisible battles that we don't need to fight. Feeling heavy, settling into the chair. I want to start by paying attention to the body. Maybe press your feet into the floor. Just apply a little bit of pressure See how that maybe draws your attention, creates some sensation. Feet on the floor, just applying a little pressure or wiggling your toes. Allow your attention to just pool there. And now allow that awareness to start to spread at the ankles, shins. Just noticing if there's any sensation in these areas, tightness, tingling, numbness. Just allowing your awareness to pass past the knees, the thighs. We're not associating anything that we find with good or bad, positive or negative, just being aware. Your hips, whole or half of the body is settled. Paying attention relieves tension. Traveling up through the abdomen, the emotional center, the kidneys where we produce the stress hormone. How do you let your body know that you're safe? Let's open up these lines of communication with the body. Your heart and your lungs pumping oxygen around the body. Just noticing the miracle of life taking place inside you. And continue allowing that awareness to travel up past the shoulders, down into the hands, and see if you can visualize your hands flooding with light. So the more you focus on your hands, the more they glow. Imagine like you're a superhero, your hands are like light bulbs, your attention is the electricity. So the more you focus your attention into your hands, the brighter your hands glow. And as you focus on them and they glow brighter, they fill with electricity. Now allow the electricity to start to spread up your wrists, up your forearms, up your elbows and shoulders. And up the spine, into the scalp. All the little micro muscles in your scalp start to settle. Behind the eyes, your face, your jaw, tongue, and your throat. Paying attention to the body connects you into the present moment. Can also pay attention to your internal world, noticing any thoughts, feelings passing on by. Is it possible to just let them come and go? Not being distracted by them, just allowing them to come and go as they please. Your sensations, scanning the body, noticing if there's any sensations. There's a part of you that's observing your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations. The observer you, the you that you've always been. Not asking you to believe in something new, just to acknowledge the difference between what you're looking at and the you that's doing the looking. Connecting with the body, with the observer, the surroundings, the senses, listening. Really pour yourself into this moment. What can you hear? Taking in all the sounds, the hum of a refrigerator, a dog, a bird, a car. Really, truly listening. Opening your eyes, taking in your surroundings. Can you be here like you're here for the first time? Not just noticing tables or chairs, but colors, textures, the abstract qualities of your surroundings. When you go for a walk, are you able to just pour yourself into the moment? Connect with the nature, connect with the environment, your body, your inner observer, and you just feel a little more present and grounded as you step out into the rest of your day. So, we kind of went through a lot of different styles there. We did a body scan, we did visualization, we went over the observer a little bit. It generally takes a bit of a bigger meditation to really connect with the idea of the observer. Um, the visualization was the hands, the glowing of the hands, and sensory, connecting with our environment. That's a really good one for anxiety if you're experiencing anxiety. Really just tuning in, all right, what are 3 things I can hear? What are 3 things I can see? What's going on around me? What's my sensory experience? What's here in the present right now? That is a really, really great way to support yourself if you start feeling overwhelmed or anxious about something. And yeah, so how did everyone go? Did anyone have any kind of part of the meditation that stood out more to them, that they connected with more? Is there something that works better for you? If so, you can always search these things when you go to your meditation app. If the body scan part worked best for you, then search body scan when you go there. If you like the idea of visualization, picturing light, picturing electricity traveling through your body, if you're a very visual or creative person, then sometimes a visualization can be the best style. Um, Please leave some feedback. You'll notice that there's a link. Kimberly says, I certainly need to do this more. Insight Timer is a great app. We've definitely got some mindfulness exercises on the Uprise app, but if you want to take it further and explore further, Insight Timer, it's free. You can always make donations to the meditators if you love their work. And yeah, connecting with the breath, the body scan. See, everybody's got their different way that they connect. So take your time to learn what works best for you. And if anyone wants to take that further with me, please reach out. We can explore these things. We can, really tailor your experience so that you know what works for you moving forward. Thanks everyone for coming today. Thanks everyone for taking the time. Landing more in your body, taking the time to be more mindful can only make the world a better place. The more we take care of our own nervous systems, then we support the nervous systems of those around us. When we run into a grumpy, anxious person at the grocery store, we're grumpy and anxious also, then that's going to be a clash, right? If we're resourced, if our nervous systems are feeling supported, then we're going to be able to receive that energy and give positive energy back and make the world a better place. So thanks everyone for joining. Take care. It's been great. And hope everyone's sleeping well. Bye.